The Detroit Lions went from the ability to clinch, the ability to be in the 7th seed. And I get y'all, man. I get y'all. I get how you guys can go back to SOL. It's very easy. It's very easy. For those of you listening, SOL is not a year thing. It is ingrained. It is like in our DNA. It's like white blood cells. Right? So I understand. I understand. And for those of you who can shake it, I understand. If you can't shake it, I understand. It's not easy. Now, for me, I have shaken the SOL moniker. I have shaken the SOL moniker. And I refuse to go back. And when something like Saturday happens, I did not think SOL. What is SOL? Same old Lions. And I think that I understand how tough it is. I do. For me, I've made the choice. I've seen enough. I'm not going back there. But it's the choice that I made, and you have their choice. You have your choice. Now, we're talking playoffs. That's right. Come on, y'all. Don't. Where are we at? Y'all done lost faith in the team now? Team got manhandled by the Carolina Panthers. Dan Campbell said they were more hungry. That's why when you at the top of the mountain, bruh, you got to come down. You got to come down. You got to see what the peasants are doing, so to speak, right? If you the king, sometimes you got to put on that cloak and you got to go out and see what your people going through, right? The Detroit Lions got humbled. I can't believe I'm saying humbled and Detroit in the same sentence, especially after starting 1-6, but they got humbled. Took a mollywhopping on the ground. Every time a running back touched the ball, I want to say it was one specifically, he had a first down. The other one had like 7 or 8 yards of carry. Every single time. For me, I'm on playoffs because I watch. If you're not, that's fine. But don't go back and start stabbing this team in the back. I've been stabbed in the back enough for everybody on this platform. Don't go back and start stabbing the Detroit Lions they had a bad showing. They still won 3 in a row. They still had their second 3-game winning streak. They still are 6 of 8. They got beat by the Carolina Panthers, who were a better team on that day. And did you really think the Lions were going to finish the season on a 7-game winning streak or whatever it was, 6 or 7, right? It's the same team. And you're going to get one or two things. You're going to get the Carolina team or you're going to get the team that won 3 in a row twice. But here we go. Here we go, y'all. This is the end of the road, like Boys to Men. We are here, the last 2 games of the season. And the Detroit Lions can no longer control their own destiny. They could have done that at 10-7. All they had to do was win. Win, and they were 96% in. Now, not so much. If the Washington Commanders win 2 games and the Seattle Seahawks win 2 games, the Lions are out. If the Lions win 2 games and the Commanders and the Seahawks lose 1 game, they go 1-1, we're in. And we got the off chance, but not so off chance, that the Giants can fall and not win a game, which would help out 2 teams that's fighting for those last 2 spots. But the Detroit Lions are still in this thing. See, y'all not talking playoffs. Y'all done given up. We have not moved. We're still number 9. Did we give up the opportunity? You're right. You're right, we did. But Jared Goff cannot be our leading rusher on the team with 15 yards. Something has to change. Maybe this was what the team needed. Dan Campbell seems to think so. A lot of you in the chat seems to think so. That our Detroit Lions needed to be humbled. Again, Detroit, humble, same sentence. Or humbled. Not humble, but humbled. Meaning you're no longer humble. You have to be humbled. You have to be brought down to earth. The Detroit Lions are not in a worse position than they were necessarily, but they're also not in a better one. They had the opportunity to right now give you an early Christmas present, if that's your thing, to open up and see your Detroit Lions in the 7th seed. Everything that needed to happen happened except them pesky Packers winning the game. And now your Detroit Lions must win. Well, they can lose, but you have to have a miracle on 34th Street. The Lions can lose one game and still get in, but the right things have to happen. But if the Lions lose and the Commanders win on Sunday, the Lions are mathematically eliminated. And I'm going to tell you what, like I said when I started the show, that is going to hurt me. I don't know about you, but for me, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Should we really have been playing meaningful football in December the way we started? Not really. Not really. If the Detroit Lions win and the Packers lose, if the Lions or Commanders win and the Packers lose, the Packers are done. If Green Bay win out, we can't lose nothing. If Green Bay wins out, Green Bay goes to the playoffs. How about that? How about that? If the Washington Commanders lose, they have to lose at least one. The Packers can't lose. The Lions had one loss, and that was Saturday. Solo says, I'm scared of Fields this week. Yeah, I understand. You should be. You should be. His feet, anyway. But I haven't given up on the team, man. I haven't given up on the playoffs. Because they are still a real thing. A very, very real thing. 100%. If the Detroit Lions win this game, it will all come down to week 17. Week 18. You hear what I'm saying, Lions fans? Y'all remember that song? Don't give up. Please don't give up. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to ask you to pick a side. Pick a side. You either on playoffs or you're not. If I could take a screenshot of y'all right now, I would, and I would remember this time. You either on playoffs or you're not. If the Lions win, everything comes down to week 18. And week 18 is going to be a show like you've never seen. I'm telling you right now, week 18 is going to be crazy in the National Football League. All right, y'all talking playoffs. I like it. Well, what has to 100% happen is the Lions have to win. Show out for the fans. Give them what they came to see. Stop Justin Fields. Win this game. Go to 8-8. And have a showdown with the Green Bay Packers, who are either playing for everything or nothing. Everything or nothing. I haven't lost faith, man. Our margin, we had one game to drop, and we dropped it. That's it. And without Mary Poppins and her bag of tricks, we cannot lose. There's a way we can lose again and still make it. But we would need that bag, that endless pit of bag, for us to make it. She would have to pull out losses for Washington twice, losses for Seattle twice, and losses for the Giants twice. I think they still got a chance. But if they lose they can also be eliminated on Sunday. It's going to be one or the other. We're either going to go into week 18 with everything on the line or nothing. So let me know your thoughts on the Lions in the playoffs. Have you given up, or are you still holding out hope?